Swadika, good morning. Welcome to Newsline. We're coming live to you on NBT, NBT World, and also Radio Thailand FM 88. I'm Cholapansa Narula. It's a lovely Monday morning, August the 10th, and here is the news. Let's begin with Thailand moves forward. And in our first story, the Thai Prime Minister has attended Singapore's celebration of its 50 years of independence. General Prayut Chan-o-cha, the Prime Minister and head of the National Council for Peace and Order on Sunday, traveled to Singapore to take part in the city's state celebration of 5 decades of independence from Malaysia. The Prime Minister departed Thailand from the Royal Thai Air Force Base in Bangkok without giving any interview to reporters. The independence celebration in Singapore has been attended by heads of states and governments around the world, including the Sultan of Brunei, President of Indonesia, the Duke of York from the United Kingdom, the Prime Minister of Cambodia, the Prime Minister of New Zealand, and China's Vice President as well. General Prayut's participation in the celebration was on behalf of His Majesty the King and the Government of Thailand, following an invitation from the Prime Minister of Singapore. The Thai Prime Minister flew back to Thailand after the celebration and arrived in Bangkok at 11 p.m. Sunday. On reform plans, the Prime Minister assured that the draft reform plan is also intended for implementation by the future government. Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha said during his weekly TV program, Returning Happiness to the People, that the reform plan has been divided into 2 phases. Firstly is the administration by the National Council for Peace and Order and the government. General Prayut said that the second phase is the setting up of the National Reform Council and the preparation of 11 reform agendas. He added that everything executed in both phases does not mean all problems have been solved, as there need continuation in policies. Therefore, a plan to hand over all in the Phase 3 to the next government has been prepared, although there also needs to be some work related to laws and the Constitution, which must be sorted out in order to prevent future problems. The Royal Thai Army is providing urgent help to flood-affected people in many regions, while Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha has voiced his concerns for residents of the northeast and the south, where heavy rains are occurring. Deputy Government spokesperson Major General Sansern Kao Kamner revealed that Prime Minister Prayut is currently worried about the weather conditions in the northeastern and southern regions of Thailand. He said incessant rains have raised the water level in the Mekong River and resulted in strong currents, while scattered thunderstorms are also hammering the south. The Premier reportedly encouraged local residents to stay constantly updated with weather forecast and disaster warnings. Related authorities have also been instructed to take care of the people and issue warnings well in advance so as to allow the locals enough time to make preparations or evacuate if necessary. Meanwhile, Army Commander-in-Chief General Udomdet Sitabut affirmed that the Army already has contingency plans in place for all regions. Last week, he said assistance was given to flood victims in Mae Hong Son, while units in Bangkok were put on standby in case of flooding. As for the flood relief efforts from Myanmar, the government has prepared donations both in cash and kind for the neighboring country, while the army is ready to deliver them, awaiting only coordination with the Myanmar government. Permanent Secretary to the Prime Minister's Office, Mom Luang Panatda Disakun, led a team of 266 village chiefs from all 76 provinces of Thailand to visit the Waterdet Palace Museum, giving them lectures on good governance. During the visit, participants learned about the biography and works of Disa Warakuman Krom Praya Dambrong Rachanupap, the founder of the modern Thai education system, as well as the modern provincial administration. On this occasion, awards were handed out to outstanding village chiefs, as the nation will celebrate Village Chief Day today, August 10th. According to Mom Luang Panatda, it is mandatory for these exceptional individuals to know more about Prince Dambrong Rachanupap and His Majesty King Rama V, who royally established local administration institution where village chiefs are responsible for a small number of residents. Mamlung Panadda praised these 266 village chiefs for being extraordinary men and women who go beyond the call of duty to perform their tasks, to sacrifice their own time and happiness for others. Disya Warakuman Krom Praya Damrong Rachanupap was one of the most influential intellectuals of his time. He completely overhauled the provincial administration. Many minor provinces were merged into larger ones, and he introduced formal education of administrative staff. In our next news, over 100 elephants have joined in the celebration of Her Majesty the Queen's upcoming birthday anniversary. In northeastern Surin, the Zoological Park Organization led a special project joined by local civil servants, police officers, village chiefs, and its own employees to bring over 100 elephants to perform a ritual to show the gratitude to Her Majesty the Queen's graciousness for Thai elephants ahead of Her Majesty's 83rd birthday anniversary on August 12, 2015. Her Majesty has advised the Zoological Park Organization to implement measures to improve the livelihood of Thai elephants by finding sources of food and tackling the problem of wandering elephants on the streets. Accordingly, the Kocha Anachak, which can literally be translated as the Kingdom of Pachyderm project, was set up to help elephants in poor conditions to stay in their respective villages of their mahouts instead of bringing them out to make money on the streets. At present, an area as large as 3,000 rai in Surin has been dedicated to take care of 166 elephants, while 300 more are expected to be taken in the future. Chiang Mai has officially opened a bicycle lane on the 121 highway, with many cyclists in the province participating in the opening ceremony and also testing the lane. Deputy Minister of Transport Akom Term Pithiyaphaisit on Sunday presided over the opening ceremony of the bicycle lane. The Deputy Minister was also briefed on the progress of the current construction projects and budget disbursement of the Provincial Highway Department before travelling to inspect the highway construction. The 4.56-kilometre bicycle lane starts from the entrance of Hoi Tung Thao in Marim District to the province's main international convention and trade exhibition centre. The bicycle lane is parallel to the Irrigation Canal Road. The lane is part of the Highway Department's project to facilitate and increase safety for cyclists and users of other vehicles. The project has campaigned for bicycle transportation for health benefits and energy conservation. It is also considered as another way to promote Thai tourism. The Command Centre for Combating Illegal Fishing, or CCCIF, has continued to inspect fishing vessels in terms of license, the use of alien workers and installation of tracking device. The centre's latest inspection took place in Samut Sakhon province. The CCCIF, the Fishery Department, and Samut Sakhon Provincial Fishery Office on Sunday conducted a random inspection of fishing vessels within the province. The fishing vessels were checked to see if they had licenses to operate and if they were fitted with the vessel monitoring system. The officers also checked if they're legally hired migrant workers. The inspection was part of the government's policy to prevent, restrain and eradicate illegal, unreported and unregulated fishing in Thailand. And that's it for today's edition of Thailand Moves Forward. We'll now take a quick look at the exchange rates and also some of the commodity figures. After that, Newsline will take a short break and then we'll come back with ASEAN News. Stay with us.
To maintain a strong nation, Thailand is promoting 12 core values for the good of the people. First among them, to uphold the three pillars: the nation, religion, and the monarchy.
Even if we don't see them, they are amongst us. And they're hungry. Slay your power-sucking monsters. Take their power away. Think when you plug.
Multiple perspectives, insightful commentary on Thailand with The Insider every Sunday morning at 10:30 on NBT and NBT World.
This is Thailand at large.
The show which is about to take you to the new experiences with the exciting stories.
With charming fascination. With a touch of Thainess.
Join us on NBT World.
Explore with us and you'll know and love Thailand even more than before.
Welcome back. Let's begin ASEAN and Beyond with a look at the ASEAN Cultural Center. Our NBT World correspondent, Kun Niranut Traijakwanit, went to witness the launch of this ASEAN Cultural Institute. And here is the story.
Now I'm at ASEAN Cultural Center that has recently opened at Ratchadamneun Contemporary Art Center in Bangkok. The center is aimed at raising ASEAN awareness and understanding among the people who would like to learn more about ASEAN cultural similarities and differences. Thailand is promoting better understanding of diverse cultures of ASEAN in preparation for the arrival of the ASEAN community in late 2015. The Ministry of Culture has officially launched the ASEAN Cultural Center on 8 August 2015, which marks the ASEAN Day celebration. In an effort to promote better understanding about ASEAN cultures, the Thai government acknowledges the action plan to develop Thailand as an ASEAN Cultural Center. The socio-cultural pillar is one of the three pillars of ASEAN, and it plays a significant role in promoting solidarity and unity among the people of ASEAN. Apinan Posayanon, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Culture, explained that its action plan aims to use the cultural pillar to boost international relations and encourage the deepening of understanding of the region's varied culture and the Thai people's reputation for tolerance.
ASEAN Cultural Center in Bangkok, which is the first cultural center in ASEAN countries. It comprises of a lot of knowledge, whereby we present the historical events pre-ASEAN, meaning prehistoric eras, down to the periods of Indonesian, Sinicization or Westernization, whereby a lot of cultural exchanges have taken place. And then we focus on the period where ASEAN community was formed. So during those 48 years, we have various events and we emphasize on the information through digital content.
The center exhibits ASEAN cultural heritage and way of living. The center is offering various services, such as searching for information about ASEAN countries. There is also a library and an exhibition site and shops that offer cultural products. The Ministry of Culture is expanding the cultural center by adding new features to the compound, such as a new theater, a library, and a cultural platform. The first phase will be completed in 2016, and the second phase is expected in 2019. I'm Niranut Traijakwanit reporting.
Thanks to Kun Niranut for that story. Next, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Royal Thai Armed Forces are celebrating the 48th anniversary of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN, with the setting up of an Armed Forces Center for the planning of country development-related projects. Minister of Foreign Affairs General Thanasak Patimapakon, after inaugurating the event to celebrate the 48th anniversary of ASEAN's founding, elaborated that the bloc was originally founded by Indonesia, Malaysia, the Philippines, Singapore and Thailand, with the purpose of bolstering the region's economic growth rate, developing society and culture in member countries, maintaining peace and security in the region, and providing a channel for peaceful resolutions of conflicts between member nations. ASEAN currently comprises 10 member countries and has characteristics similar to that of the European Union. An ASEAN free trade area is in place, and within this year, the member nations will be integrated into the ASEAN Community Collaboration Framework, which comprises 3 aspects, namely the ASEAN Political Security Community, the ASEAN Economic Community, and the ASEAN Socio-Cultural Community. And various organizations have been holding activities in preparation for the ASEAN Economic Community, or AEC. Dr. Sombat Thamrong Thanyawong, Director of the ASEAN and Asia Studies Center at the National Institute of Development Administration, or NIDA, gave a special lecture on Thailand and the future of the ASEAN Economic Community. He stated that nowadays investment in the economies of the 10 ASEAN member countries have a tendency to grow further due to ASEAN's high potentials and trade markets, while its tourism sectors are also quite popular among tourists around the world. It is therefore a great opportunity for business operators to gain benefit from entering the ASEAN Economic Community at the end of this year. During the event, Vietnam was raised as an example of a country that is interesting to invest in due to their 90 million population. However, business operators are also advised to carefully study their trade rules and regulations. Moreover, the level of Vietnam's skilled labor is considered to be quite low, which could lead to possible problems that might occur during working hours. Meanwhile, in Pattani province, the provincial governor chaired the opening ceremony of the ASEAN Expo, where students' works have been presented to the general public to find the best student with a high level of international communication skills. Other activities included a presentation of teachers' academic research reports and an English language talk show. Lastly, in Chonburi Province, Director General of the government's Public Relations Department, Apinan Tantarangsi, presided over the opening ceremony of the province's ASEAN Week event at the Central Plaza shopping complex in Chonburi Province. The move aims to inform the public about important issues as well as prepare them to enter the AEC in a sustainable manner. In other news, several hundred people gathered in Ferguson, Missouri on Sunday to mark the anniversary of the shooting death of an unarmed black teenager, Michael Brown, by a white police officer that sparked protest and a national debate on race and justice. After 4.5 minutes of silence to represent the roughly 4.5 hours that Brown's body lay in the middle of the street after he was shot, 2 white doves were released. The crowd, led by Brown's father, Michael Brown Sr., then started a silent march to honor Brown and others who've died at the hands of police. Rallies are planned in other cities, including New York. Brown's shooting sparked months of protests, including incidents of rioting and arson. But it also gave life to a new movement under the Black Lives Matter banner, that was pushed for better treatment of minorities by police. In our next news, the U.S. Air Force sent 6 F-16 Fighting Falcons fighter jets to Incirlik Air Base, Turkey on Sunday. The jets and approximately 300 support personnel are part of a build-up to combat Islamic State militants announced by Turkish Foreign Minister Mevlut Cavusoglu earlier this week. The detachment was sent from the 31st Fighter Wing based at Aviano Air Base in Italy. Turkey formally approved the use of its air bases by the U.S. and coalition aircraft in the fight against Islamic State late last month. Just 2 days after an estimated 200 migrants were feared to have drowned after the boat capsized in the Mediterranean, some 241 Africans traveling on 2 rubber boats in the same area of the ocean were rescued by the MSF, or Médecins Sans Frontières vessel, the Bourbon Argos. Seeking shelter from the sea winds under thermal blankets and shade from the scorching midday sun, the migrants continued their sea crossing aboard the Bourbon Argos. Its destination, the port of Trapani in western Sicily, and beyond it, an uncertain future in Europe. Passing time while crossing the sea, the migrants prayed, chatted, and reflected on their past. Many said they felt boarding a migrant boat and it had been the only option to stay safe. A Nigerian migrant who wished not to be named said he had lost his family and his home. Amongst the 241 migrants were 35 women, 8 children, and 4 unaccompanied minors, the Italian media reported. And the French military released on Sunday footage showing the ongoing search for debris from Malaysia Airlines flight MH370 following the discovery of a section of the wing, almost certainly from the lost airliner. The French Defense Ministry announced earlier that a French CASA aircraft would be deployed to search the waters off the coast of the Indian Ocean island of Reunion, a French overseas territory, for further sections of debris. The French police were also involved in the search, with helicopter sorties and agents on foot combing the small volcanic island. Flight MH370 disappeared on March 8 last year while en route from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing. It is believed to have crashed in the southern Indian Ocean, about 3,700 kilometers from Reunion. And that's it for today's edition of Newsline. Thank you very much for joining us. If you do have any suggestions, please feel free to email them to us, or even your comments to newsline.nbt@gmail.com. Well, today we end the program taking you to Singapore, which celebrated its 50th birthday anniversary on Sunday with a parade depicting the city-state's history. I'm Chalapansa Narula. Thank you once again for being here, and we'll see you tomorrow. Swadee ka.
Equipment with